Hello, my name is Chris McNeil. I'm a qualified City of London walking tour guide and author of a series on cafes in churches for Skyline magazine, the quarterly magazine of the Friends of City Churches. I'm here with Father Paul at St Mary Aldermary, the host of Host Café, to talk about the cafe itself and its purpose. Father Paul.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you please tell me about Host Café and basically its heritage and where it comes from?
Certainly. Host Café has been here for about 11 years now. It started before that with a sort of cafetiere and a honesty box at the back of St Mary Aldermary, and has developed to ensure really that the church is open all the time. We're open, this church is actually open 7 days a week, but Host Café, Monday to Friday, ensures that we're open, ensures that we're warm to welcome people, ensures that there's activity, and because of that people come in and they pray, they venerate icons, they light a candle, and enjoy perhaps the best coffee in the city.
I have sampled your coffee, and I would tend to agree with that. We'll be joined, of course, by Karolina, the cafe manager, very shortly. But in the meantime, you've mentioned homelessness. You've mentioned as a place to stay warm. Is that the main purpose of the coffee shop?
The main purpose is to keep the church open, so it can be used. But because we're open, we then have other things that we can do. We are a warm bank. So people will come in here who may be street homeless, maybe just struggling to keep warm, and they can stay here. They can stay here all day if they like. If they're people who are street homeless, we will give them food, we will give them a hot drink, and we will befriend them, we will get to know them. That's our community. Our community is the homeless, the city worker, the tourist, the traditional institutions of the city, like delivery companies, all coming and going really in this bustling place.
It's a very exciting place, and indeed there are different kind of cohorts that do come here. I know that your cafe has been open through some very interesting and challenging times, COVID and post-COVID, and various issues that have come since. Are you seeing a trend? We've just come actually out of a couple of very cold winter weeks. Here we are in early to mid-January of 2025. Have you seen an uptick in usage?
Cold weather's quite good for us.
Yeah.
People are more likely to buy their coffee and sit in the warmth that we provide rather than maybe get a takeaway coffee and drink it on a bench outside. More generally, we had to close during COVID. We took a hit then, and we have seen our turnover gradually increase to a point where we actually are selling more than we did before lockdown. There is a difference. We don't do Monday to Friday as smoothly. Of course, we do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday very well. We do Monday okay, and we struggle a bit with Friday until about mid-morning. It seems people are working from home more on Friday than other days.
Yes. I couldn't help but notice you still have Christmas decorations up. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
We have various people that use our building as partners and use the area around our churchyard. The Christmas decorations are from an Orthodox church based in Moldova, and they're on the old calendar, so they're 13 days behind us. So they have just recently celebrated Christmas, and they are within their 12 days of Christmas, and they are very enthusiastic with their decorating. The other people that use the part of this community, we have 2 street food traders outside, and we also have the pub, Yod Watling, use our churchyard. So we are actually busy 7 days a week, which means we are moving towards net zero, and the way we can do that is different from a traditional church, which may only be open a couple of days a week or a couple of hours even. Because we're open 7 days a week, we need ambient temperature. We need a constant level of heat. And so we're looking at air source heat pumps, we're looking at solar panels, insulation, and it's a big project. It's also involving expanding the cafe area. We did not expect our cafe to have the turnover that it now has when it was set up. And so we need a bigger serving area. We need to have room for more staff behind the counter. So it's a major project, rainwater harvesting, new toilets. That's taking a lot of time right now, looking at grants for that.
That's very exciting in terms of the development of growth and the increase in business. That's something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, it will be sustainable, not just environmentally sustainable, but cutting a major cost. If you look at our statistics, we are in the worst 10% of churches for the use of power, but in the best 10% of churches for use of power per person that comes to this church. So our use of power is high, but our turnover is a couple of thousand people. Our turnover is also very high of people coming through here. We can, if stewardship and creation is part of what it means to be a Christian, we can make a big impact by moving towards net zero.
Right.
Yeah.
So for the purpose of our discussion around the purpose of the church and the cafe, it sounds like there are multiple purposes. Initially set up to support homelessness and issues related, to act as a bond for the local business community, to help on the environmental factors as well around net zero. Am I missing any?
There are ethical factors as well. The main source of our bread is Dusty Knuckle. It's a company that is looking at rehabilitation of young offenders. Play on Knuckle Duster, Dusty Knuckle. Our coffee comes from Bailey's. They're based in Belfast. They have a relationship with the producers of all the coffee. So this is Fair Trade Plus. We look at an ongoing relationship with the coffee producers and the coffee processors. We want to be an ethical business hub in that sense, as well as a church, as well as a place working for the environment. All of these things are linked. They're part of what it means, I think, to be a Christian.
So Paul, I'd love to know a little bit more about this incredible building.
St Mary Aldermary, the phrase Older Mary means that it was the first church dedicated to Mary, the Mother of Jesus, Mother of God, in London. So it's an ancient site. The current church was rebuilt after the Great Fire, 1666, and very unusually, because the parishioners managed to raise a certain amount of money, they had more of a say over what sort of church was rebuilt. And they wanted a church that looked like a church as they saw it, and therefore a Gothic church. We are a Gothic Wren rebuild, which is very unusual. Vaulted ceilings. When people come into the church, their eye is drawn upwards because the ceiling is beautiful. And then we have the end by the high altar. The wall is at an angle, where the original builders reclaimed all the land of the old site, so they went up to a right-of-way. We have a stunning church tower as well, so it's a beautiful building. Come and see.
It's an incredible building. I can't help but notice these glorious doors behind us. Does this go to a secret passage, or what's?
No. This is our safe. Now, St Mary Aldermary, top left, but there were 4 churches in all, 3 other churches, which were merged with St Mary Aldermary, and we still have their safe. So St Thomas the Apostle, St Antolin is St Anthony of Egypt, and St John the Baptist upon Walbrook. So these other churches have all gone now, merged into this one church, which is a guild church rather than a parish church. It doesn't have a physical parish around it.
These are fantastic safes. What are the crests on each one? Do you know?
I think that's just the producer of the safe, but it assures us that they're fire resistant. So hopefully, if anything ever happened, we would not lose our documents. During the war, all that happened in this church was the windows were blown out, which is amazing. There's a little bit of reinforcing of the roof you can see from the wartime, but no major structural damage, which is incredible. When you see photographs of this area, everything's flattened, but we did survive.
Do Do you know where the closest bomb was that fell?
No, I think they're mainly incendiary devices as well. So I think they've just kind of almost rained down rather than a few huge bombs.
So we're joined by Karolina, who is the operations and cafe manager
Yes.
for St Mary Aldermary and the coffee shop, Host Coffee Shop. Let me start again. So we're joined by Karolina, who is the operations and cafe manager here at St Mary Aldermary. Now, Karolina, I've got a few questions just about the logistical operations behind this.
Mm-hmm.
Something that fascinated me and just got me on this journey about writing for Skyline is a couple of years ago, I came to Host, sat down, ordered a coffee. I was sipping my cortado and enjoying the surroundings, and it dawned on me that I had actually bought a coffee from a business that was located in a church. I thought that was interesting. You are a business. We've been talking about the purposeful nature of your business, but you are a running business. Can you tell me a little bit more about your experience as a small business?
I started here back 2019. I started behind the coffee as a barista. Then for the last few years I'm running the church in the building, and I watched how the place grown and how it changed in the last years. We started 2012, then 2015 we were just as a business, and the first few years were really slow for us. People then just discovering the place and just finding out that we actually exist. And it's been going really well. I think the idea behind the cafe and what we're doing, how we're supporting the people, actually for the community, it's just amazing. And hopefully, we're gonna stay here for many more years, and we're just gonna grow and develop even more.
Now, Paul has told me about the range of services that you do offer, the different types of coffees.
Yes.
I've enjoyed cortados, we've had V60s, a whole range. You've got a full menu board.
We actually really invested in our team, so we studied them for the SCA course, which is the professional barista. So they've been trained really well. We working with the specialty coffee, which you can see and taste that it developed in the last years. We're giving the chance to everyone, so you don't have experience starting as a barista working with us, but we're gonna do best we can to actually show you how everything works and just give you the chance to grow.
Fantastic. Now, when I was there, I saw maybe 3 or 4 members of the team behind the bar. It's quite a tight area. How do you all manage that?
It's difficult, especially that the team is growing because we need to meet the needs. So the place become more busy, and at the moment we have 2 full-time, 3 part-time, and 1 volunteer, plus me when it's busy. So it's quite tight, and we have a plans to actually, I think it's gonna be next 2 years when we're actually gonna change the bar. It's gonna become bigger. We're gonna have a kitchen section and the coffee section separated. But at the moment it's difficult to manage.
I bet.
We just bump into each other all the time.
No, you're in a listed building.
Yes, yeah.
I imagine that's
thing.
another dynamic.
Exactly.
You can't just go poking holes for plumbing and
No. And it's funny when people actually come in here asking, so where's the kitchen? There's no kitchen. That's all what we have, and we actually manage from there.
Nice. Your footfall has increased, or has it increased post-COVID? What is the working from home impact?
It was difficult after we reopened, because when we started it was only 1 person at the time. I remember the times when we maybe had 10-15 customers a day, but then when the time comes, people started being back in the office, it changed. We started hiring more people in the meantime, and at the moment Tuesday and Thursday of course is the most busy day. Monday just become busier, let's say, in the last year, but Friday is still really quiet for us. We barely have any people coming to the offices, and we have mostly tourists.
Mostly tourists?
Yes, yeah.
Drop in, and they will stay, they'll have a coffee, warm up?
Yes, coffee, lunch, because they're getting here around 11 noon-ish. Morning is very quiet. We can be empty until 9-10 a.m.
Right. So just to round out our time together, I want to say thank you very much to you both for our conversation. And I can vouch for Host Café. It is a wonderful place of enjoyment and reflection, and really fantastic coffee and treats. And you're open Monday to Friday, is that right?
Yes, yeah.
A cafe Monday to Friday.
Cafe Monday to Friday. And your hours?
7:30, 4 p.m.
7:30 to 4 p.m. Okay. Thank you both.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.